everybody, and welcome back. So, sorry if my voice is a lot more subtle and not as expressive, is because I'm seriously recording like past 9 o'clock at night, and I have to upload this today. But I do want to give a shout out here and credit to Eliza. She recommended this reading, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. So I thought this was really a good idea, and I'm a man of my word here. If you do have any suggestions, please leave in the comment section any requests for any readings, and I will shout you out and accredit you. So let's not enough of my babbling. Let's get right into the reading. I hope you picked your pile. We're gonna get right to it. We're gonna get Hi, pile number 1. How was your weekend? So, I should have done this earlier, but I want a disclaimer. This is all entertainment purposes only. I am not suggesting anything, and I'm not telling anyone what to do. This is a request from a subscriber, or so, again, I can't express this enough. Take this with a grain of salt. This is entertainment purposes only. So, what is the next path of life? What is the path of life for you? Isolation. Okay. Ordinariness. Beyond illusion. Okay. Receptivity. Past lives. Okay. Postponement. Understanding. As of now, the path of life, and I do want to apologize before we carry on. Again, it's nighttime, so I have this extra light on the right-hand side. I apologize for the brightness. It is I don't have many other options. So I deeply apologize. We'll get back to during the day. So, but back to the reading. Look. Isolation, ordinariness, beyond illusion, receptivity, past lives, postponement, understanding. By the looks of this, pile number 1, your path in life your path of life is very much I can tell, not can tell, but it's, I'll just say straight forward, it's healing past lifetimes. It would not shock me if you're a very deeply tortured soul and very, very lost. And I'm not saying that you're a young soul or anything, but the thing is that you've gone through a lot of isolation and you've been living in a world of ordinariness, and then you understand that this is all an illusion. So you're starting to get more in touch with your past life, and everything is being postponed because you're starting to understand the world around you a lot more. And the thing is that takes a long, long, long time to do. It's not it's that's kind of hard, but it's very amazing at the same time, because people don't not a lot of people believe this, but life is continuous. Even when we pass away, we get reincarnated to have our soul keep growing, or to keep teaching, or to do whatever. We're all meant here for a certain purpose. Some of us it's to teach, some of us it's to learn, some of us it's to do both. But I'm understanding that you're just trying to understand the world around you, and you know what? That's really hard for a lot of people to do, especially these days, when people want you to be locked into technology and be locked into this virtual reality kind of stuff. So, loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Okay. The blind, the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Yes, that's correct. Jump in. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. The great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. You see how there's like the great severing, and then there's these past lives and postponements. Thus far, your path in life is to make either amends or peace with your past, or whether if it's from your present lifetime or your previous lifetime. And a lot of people do this by just learning from their mistakes. And I'm not saying going back everywhere, not everywhere, but going back to places, people and places, and just apologizing for everything you do. I'm not saying to overtly, to never apologize, but you don't need to apologize for everything that you've done nor you've gone through, because we all make mistakes, and we all are in a learning. This is all a learning process. We're on this planet Earth to learn and to grow, and that's not gonna happen unless if you make some extreme vital mistakes. And the thing is that you should your whole purpose is to, from based off of what I'm reading for the cards, you are very much a child of the cosmos, and so it's just best to let things happen, and instead of having to control your destiny. Your destiny is you do have a say in your destiny, to a certain point. But the thing is that you can't force everything to happen. And you're just at you're in a transitional period. You're at a very growing period of your life and soul times. You're basically, I wouldn't say you're a young soul, but you're more of a coming of age soul. You're starting to understand the world a lot better. You're understanding the world around you a lot more, and what's coming for in your life thus far as I can see is absolute growth. I mean, the thing is that you're gonna be puzzled a lot and not know what to think. But it's all about this last card on the bottom right hand corner, understanding. You're starting to understand the energies, understand the messages, understand the world, physical and metaphysical, all around you, which is very, very good. Not a lot of people understand, nor do they care to understand, which really prevents them from growing. And that's what a lot of the high and mighties want. They want you to be blind. So, and it's good that you're not blind, pile number one. You know what's going on, and if you don't yet, you're about to. You are very connected to this earth. You're very much needed here, both to learn and to teach. And the thing is that, what is for you? Fourth ray of harmony. The key of light. Earth healing. Okay. Master Hilarion, Archangel Raphael. Okay. Alchemical mutation. Initiation by water. Life path. Oh, wow. I love the topic of this. Because, I mean, you're asking what the path of life is for you, and we have life path right here. But let's see what we got here again. Fourth ray of harmony, key of light, earth healing. You're very much where's the path of life for you? Not only is it to grow and to become more developed as a soul, but it's to also, you have a lot of healing energy, very empathic, very healing, very soothing, very therapeutic. And not a lot of people do that, and not a lot of people have that. If anything, I'm around a lot of people, more often than not at least, that agitate me. And I'm not saying that my friends agitate me. I mean, but I have ex-friends that agitate me. There are strangers that agitate me, and so you're gonna have a lot of people who kind of ruffle your feathers. But do you know what? That's okay. And a lot of that stuff has to deal with them and not you. Now, I'm not saying that you're spared from any responsibility from your own behavior. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if there's just some weird out of the blue stranger, or just somebody who's just like being nasty or whatever, that's not your problem. They need that. You're more of a healer, and a lot of people are very, very damaged, and they are so used to being surrounded by pain. And so when they finally see somebody who's a lot more, has more of a healing essence, then it hurts them. And believe it or not, this is one of the things that I've realized, and I don't know if this is a figure of speech, but when does a wound hurt the most? It's when it's healing. That's when you start getting those like sensations and stuff like that. Things are healing, you're starting to, like, the scabs are coming over just so that way everything gets healed and under control, but then you start scratching and picking the scab, and then what could have been just like a normal like little scratch or whatever, or that could have been gone, now becomes a scar. So you're learning how to deal with life. It wouldn't. Maybe you're not exactly a young, youthful soul or whatever, but you're more so kind of perplexed about the planet around you, the world around you, which is fine. There are a lot of people who feel like they're not originally from here, and that's normal. I'm not. It's more normal than a lot of people think, and I don't mean by this overinflated identity politics sort of thing, like, oh, you're the otherkin sort of whatever. But there are there are people out there, these wonderful souls, who feel lost. It's like they're isolated, and they're just trying to understand the world around them. It's almost like coming someplace new, or at least or maybe not coming someplace new, but you're kind of new to a place, and then you kind of get knocked out of a coma, and then you have like then you have amnesia. Like, you don't remember anything, even if you have like a brief history with what's going on around you. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that can be bad, but it's okay to be like that, because you're relearning and understanding and growing things. It's okay to reset your memory every now and then, because you start to understand, you start to like be more flexible to like alternative angles instead of being stubborn and say, no, this is how I learned it, this is how it is, and being very formulaic, which is not a bad thing, but I gotta say it's you're starting to understand your whole purpose thus far. Seeing is to understand the world around you. Again, postponement, understanding, receptivity. You're here to receive and listen and learn. And you know what? A lot of people, even gurus, that's even their purpose. How many people think, even tarot card readers, besides myself, very much carry themselves on this very like highlighting sort of thing in their not this highlighting, how should I say it, they put themselves on a big pedestal and create this like, I'm holier than thou because I have this view or this perception or that I've had these experiences. More often than not, you're gonna find those sorts of people. These like holier than thou just because of that. Those are still immature young souls but the thing is that you're growing beyond that, because a lot of people, I mean, like think of it this way. When you're young, how much do you want to bet that when you were like 9-10 years old, or even like let's not even go that young, let's say like high school, like you're 15, 16, 17 years old, I'm willing to bet many of you just, even though you haven't even reached adulthood, at least legal adulthood, how much do you, I'm willing to bet that there are of you, I'm not going to say every one of you, but there's some people in my audience who already thought they knew the nuances and the ins and outs of the world, when in reality they didn't know anything. I'm gonna bet that a lot of people, more often than not, that's how they are. You don't know what love is. You don't know what it's like to have a job. You don't know what it's like to have a life, and that kind of stuff. But you don't know what I'm going through. That kind of stuff. We've all gone through that. I certainly have. I mean, it's funny, but I mean, like, that's just part of growth. And it's okay to grow. It's better to grow here, actually. Mirrored souls. Compassion. Believe. Time out. Yeah, look at that. Postponement and time out. Jeez. Self-worth. Transformation. Celebration. Basically, at the top, these last these last 4 cards, believe it or not, actually the last 5 cards, really sum up what your path is, or maybe or at least the destination. You have a lot of compassion, and if you don't, you're gonna end up having a lot more compassion. You're gonna start believing in yourself a lot more. You're gonna have your time out, and you're gonna understand your self-worth, and you're gonna transform and celebrate that beautiful transformation. Your life path, again, is, I can't say enough, is to grow. And when you grow, so many glamorous and wonderful things happen. I'm not kidding. They absolutely do. I know this is cliche, but you have to believe in yourself, and you have to just not worry about the world around you. Just you do you, and keep growing. You're on a wonderful path, pile number 1. You're on a great path, and it should be celebrated at the end of the day, and you will be celebrated. Okay, I hope you liked that reading, pile number 1. We're going to go on to pile number 2. Oh, yeah, never mind. Pile number 2, how are you? How was your week in pile number 2? So, let's strike the bull here. And just in case if I didn't do that for pile 1, I'm gonna strike one for the. So, pile number 2. What is the path of life for you? Stress. Okay. Awareness. Experiencing. Oh, okay. This looks nice and promising. Moment to moment. Change. Conditioning. Intensity. Okay. Thus far, you've been, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of stuff has been creating a lot of stress. But you know what? It's okay. This is what you're thus far learning how to do on your path. You go understanding what your path in life is. Your path, the path of life is. Sorry about that. Again, it's very late. You've been going through a lot of this, and and the thing is that you're starting to become a lot of aware than you usually were. And I think that's what's causing a lot of stress. But the thing is that that's, even though you are aware, that's what you're experience. Look at this, experiencing moment to moment and change. So the thing is that you're very, I can tell, thus far, if you're not already, things are going to be very centered. And I don't mean self-centered. I mean, like, you're going to be very focused on and calm and centered, and just you're gonna understand the world a lot around you a lot better, and you're gonna be a lot exposed to change. And the thing is that even though there's conditioning here, you're not. You see how there's a lion here that's like riddled around like sheep. Even though there's gonna be an attempt based off of your how can I actually say this? Hold on. Let me see. Stress, awareness, experiencing moment-to-moment change, conditioning, intensity. Okay. So let's rewind a little bit here. You're a lot more aware that there's a conditioning going on, and you even though you're living moment to moment, you are subject to change, but like a good change in a good way here. It's okay things to change. If things didn't change in my life, I mean, like, I wouldn't be where I am right now, and I mean that in a good way. So thus far, things are going to be a lot changing, because you are a lot more aware of yourself, but because of that, it creates a lot of this intensity around you, and because that's what a lot of empaths are like. They want to help out the world around them. They feel stressed because even, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that we're upset that empaths such as myself are upset that we're God. It's just that we're upset that we can't help everybody all at once. So we have to take care of ourselves first. And it sounds very selfish, whatever, but everyone has to learn to take care of themselves. And I mean, like, the ones who are able-bodied. I mean, I don't mean the ones who have disabilities and all, severe mental and physical disabilities to the point where they can't control any of this. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that we can't be there for everyone. We need to help ourselves and work on ourselves first. As they say, if you've ever been on an airplane, what do they say for you have to fasten your seatbelt before assisting others, which means you need to look out for your well-being before you look out for others. And a lot of people, a lot of empaths deal with a lot of stress because the world around us, the world around empaths is riddled with believe it or not, a lot of narcissistic conditioning. And you actually see how the sheep are hugging the lion. That's very much what kind of like you are. You are the lion, but but you're very much of a leader here. Pile number 2. So thus far, what I'm seeing is that the path of life for you is, thus far, what I can see is being a teacher. And I don't mean like educational teacher, but like a spiritual teacher, a spirit guide. You're here to help awaken the earth. You're trying to help people snap out of the matrix and become better, and you're trying to have them be a lot more independent and not being sheep. You want to condition them as well to be lions, which is not exactly conditioning. It's more so like guiding and training. And it's a very intense thing. It's very stressful. It's like devastating, but at the same time, it's very, very rewarding to know that you have such an impact on others and you have such powers. I understand it's cliche, people, and it's been made famous from Spider-Man, but with great power comes great responsibility. Now, I'm not saying that you're responsible for the world around you. You're not responsible for every foster child or homeless person or anyone who's starving or whatever. You're responsible for yourself and for what you can do to the best of your abilities. We're all God, okay? God is an energy and we're all part of God. So the thing is that, which means that everyone has their positions. You cannot be not everyone can be the sole magician nor the sole God. You know what I mean? That's you think you're dealing with a lot of stress right now. I mean, it's kind of like Bruce Almighty. If you've ever watched Bruce Almighty, remember that scene? How when Jim Carrey was all like getting all these prayers and all this stuff from so many people, and God was all like saying that wasn't the world, that was just one city, and that was Buffalo, and it was just like it was one city in a couple of streets. And he said, I didn't want to give you too much, more than you can handle. And that's very much what's going on. Not everybody can. It kind of reminds me of that that song by REM, and I think it's like their first it's like their debut album. I think it's called "Talking About the Passion," and one of the lines that I absolutely love is not everyone can carry the weight of the world. Not everyone can carry the weight of the world. That kind of, and that's true. Not everybody can carry the weight of the world. Not everyone. People need assistance to help carry the weight of the world, and there are some and you are very, very much like an ascending person, ascending being, pile number 2. But enough with let's get on to the rest of the reading. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy. Make love to life. Earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Okay. That's really, really, I like that. Called. Soul gift and training. It's time to step up. Ooh. Very much. It's very much, that's actually what I was just saying, not just like a few seconds ago, on that long little story thing. Empathic starseed. What did I? Yes, energies, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. I'm sorry. Defenselessness. Riding past wrong. Uprooting. So, thus far, what did I just say earlier? You're here to help be a healer, a teacher, but even though you, and I'm not trying to toot anybody's horn here, but you're, again, called, you're meant to really be a huge contributor to this planet. In terms of, and sometimes all of it is, sometimes it's just your presence and your friendship and your energy. Sometimes but the thing is that, and in other times, I should say, you, how should I say this? This is because this is so amazing here. You're called on, and you're an empathic starseed. So, again, a lot of people are looking for empaths to help them out, and you're very much one of those people. And it's gonna take a lot of other people, whether your friends or others that you don't know, to help. Once again, help carry the weight of the world. And how do you do that? Well, there are plenty of ways to do that. You can be, and I'm not telling you what to become or anything, okay? You can be a musician, you can be a therapist, you can be a good friend, you can be someone to talk to, which I guess is like a therapist. You can be a teacher. You can be anything that helps people, help them develop. You can be whatever the heck you want. And the thing is that even though you're writing up past wrongs, you're also making amends. And saying that you acknowledge that you can't do everything all on your own. Even if you feel like you can take it on, that's probably what the anxiety and stress can also be. It can also be the fact that your people are very dependent on you, because you do want to help carry the weight of the world, but you can't do it alone. And so you're kind of, it wouldn't shock me. You can read it, we can see it this way in terms of, you being sorry, because it wouldn't shock me if you were kind of arrogant and cocky, and now you're being humbled because you're saying, God, I can't carry the weight of the world. I can take care of the closest ones to me, but I can't take care of everybody. I can't be that shoulder to cry on. I can't take the burden of others, because then you end up being like people's personal psychiatrist, and it can end up becoming very highly abusive, and it would lead to more depression. I wouldn't say lead to more depression, but it would put a lot more burdens on you, because you're carrying your own garbage. You're carrying, and you have like one plus other people putting all that weight on you. So instead of you carrying, like, figuratively speaking, like 20 pounds, you're now carrying 2,000 pounds, and I'll go lighter than that, like 800 pounds. How do you go from like 20 to 800? You can't, and it's like, what can I do? I can't do that immediately. I can't go from 0 to 100 immediately. So that's probably why you feel sorry that you can't help everybody. And but the thing is that you are very empathic. You're very much, thus far, your purpose, and I can give you a spoiler here, and the others are just going to be confirmation. Your purpose thus far, as what I can see, is to be a positive force on other people's life, a positive impact. And sometimes that doesn't take much. Most of the time it doesn't take much. You know how many smiles you make by saying like, oh man, thank you, you're awesome? Not a lot of people know how to do that. And that brightens a lot of people's day. You know how if pile number 2, you being an empathic starseed, you understand the importance of compliments, and you know the importance of help. You're very much a healer. An invitation to connect. Yeah, what did I just say? You trying to help others, you being an empathic starseed, and now that's how people connect. You got the pink rose of Lady Nada. Okay. Grounding. Dark angel. Unplug from mass consciousness. First ray of power. Oh, absolutely. Paradigm shift. So, do you see a pattern here? How there's like conditioning here, and then there's the unplug from mass consciousness, and there's a paradigm shift. This is very much what you're. There's a lot more information here. Not only are you here to help carry the weight of the world, but you're here to also be a teacher and a coach. And I don't mean like a life coach. I mean like a spiritual coach. And because we're going through these times a huge energy shift, a huge paradigm shift, and now you're teaching how, and your path thus far as I can tell, is to teach people how to shift so that way they can adapt to their environment. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like conform to the environments and stuff like that, and then be like I'm talking about like be ready for a shift. Be ready for something really extra special. Not everybody is ready for that, but you're very much a wonderful light on this planet, pile number 2. And the path of life is I can't say enough. You're here to help. You're here to help people unplug. You're here to help liberate people from the minds of the masses. And that is very, very difficult to do. Extremely difficult to do. I mean, it needs to take multiple people to do that. You know how they say 2 is company, 3 is a crowd? Well, you're gonna need something bigger than a crowd. You're gonna need more than just yourself and another friend. This is gonna take a lot of people coming together, even if you don't know each other. And I don't mean like coming together in terms of like holding hands and stuff like that, but everyone individually using their powers, their spiritual powers to heal the world. And you're very much one of those people, and that's amazing. New chapter. Celestial teacher. Worlds within worlds. Choices. Gratitude. Awaken. Let go. Wow. I mean, this is what's gonna help the world around, not just you, but the people that are impacted by your presence. It opens a new chapter, not just for you, but for them, because it opens the door for them to grow. It opens the door for them to be better and to adapt to the new shifts. And you're very much a celestial teacher, so which means that you're showing and opening doors and giving people choices and showing them gratitude. You're very much awakening them, and you're teaching them how to let go of the norms. It's okay not to be accepted by the people that of your past, or it's okay to change. It's okay to change, because I know a lot of people are scared of change because they're scared of the unknown. Well, the thing is that if you're not scared of the unknown, then you're most definitely going to take the next big steps you need to evolve. Not just as a soul or a spirit, but also as a person. You can't be scared. And a lot of people on this planet are very scared. Your purpose in life is is to help them break them from that fear. And that's amazing. You're really doing God and Yael's work. Our mother and father's work. And I don't say Gaia, it's yeah. That's how the Greeks pronounce it, and I'm more than half Greek. So that's actually how I was brought up saying it. So it's almost like a saying yeah. You know how they say yeah, like in excitement or celebration. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, yeah. brief little Greek lesson right there. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Pile number 2. We're going to go on to pile number 3 here. Pile number 3. How are you? How was your weekend? Again, I'm sorry that my voice is not that loud nor vivacious as it normally is. I'm recording this way late at night, way late Sunday night. So but I love my audience. Y'all are worth it. And let's see what we got. So but before we move on, let's what is the path of life for you? Now again, disclaimer here, I'm not suggesting anything, this is just entertainment purposes only. I am not responsible for whatever people decide to do with their lives. I'm just as of now, I'm a small channel. I'm just a card reader. Projections, okay. Maturity. Oh, wow. Trust. Abundance. Thunderbolt. The burden. Oh, I don't like that at all. Laziness. Your path of life, I'll just spoil it for you here, is to overcome all of these things in this first row. It wouldn't shock me if, I'm not gonna blame you, pile number 3, if you've projected yourself onto others, but I'm gonna but I'm going to say more so that a lot of people have projected their nonsense onto you, and it's created this huge burden on you, and it may have made you lazy. But the thing is that actually, let's do that. All of this stuff, even though you've gone through a lot of projections, you started the life path is very much this right here, to mature, and if you already are spiritually mature, then it's just to utilize that maturity and understand that there are just people who are just blind to how they affect others, and you are very much mature in your trust and abundance. Always be in the present, and just a thunderbolt, which is you need to know how to activate your powers accordingly. So, and that is what the path is. You're very much all of our piles and all of my audience are very much higher beings. These and this is something that you're bringing upon to the world, pile number 3, which is very much needed. Your path is to help cleanse the energies, and gain trust and abundance, and also understand that the people who do these two things are because they're lazy. And maybe, just maybe your life purpose is not to do that, but to understand, but to kind of awaken to the fact that not everybody's is going to listen, and not everybody's an empath. There are a lot of narcissists out there who are going to put their nonsense onto you. So every once in a while, you're going to need a leap of faith and just trust the process and just be in the moment and just don't care what other people do. And the path of life thus far is to overcome and acknowledge narcissism. And you know what? That's kind of hard to do. You've got the love. Hadrian energy. Codependency boundaries. Activated earth, power places, key lines, trust where you're led. Oh, okay. You see how we have trust and trust where you're led? Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Trust, and trust. Do you know what? The path of life for you is to gain a lot of trust. It wouldn't, because let me tell you this, dealing with narcissists makes you not trust anyone. Sometimes narcissists are good at making sure that you don't even trust yourself, which is absolutely freaking disgusting. But thus far, that's what I'm seeing here. Deep cellular healing. Arctica set energy. Arcturus energy, sorry. Physical and emotional healing. The void. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. Okay. What else do we got? What else we got? Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Starkeeper, Cosmic Ancestor. Select the light by staying grounded. Because you have a lot of trust issues, you are very much needed. You're learning how to stay grounded and be a lot more forgiving and understand that this narcissism is not everyone is a narcissist, and that this is not a narcissistic world. I mean, like, it is a narcissistic world, but there's a huge shift going on where all of that kind of stuff, and the Leatherheads are trying to maintain their power. They know that they're losing their power because you have a lot of love. You do trust yourself, you trust the process, you trust the world around you, you trust the messages, and not a lot of people do. You know the activated earth, you're part of that realm. And you're very much like you're part of the Star Brotherhood, you're like the Star family. I mean, my whole audience is part of the Star family. I just know that. Y'all are wonderful. But it's starting, thus far, your path of life is... Thus far, I'm seeing it's just to be very observant, and you're being aware about the world around you, and understand that life and this planet are more chaotic than we want it to be, and it's our sole purpose to trust the process and be the best that we can be. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3 here. 7th ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. Okay. Divine talents. Trust in the plan. Oh, what did I just say? We've got so much trust. We've got trust in all 3 layers here. Or not layers, but all 3 segments. 5th ray of intellectual knowledge. Soul child. Divine grace, the law of efficiency. Star child. Oh, soul child and star child. Wow. So even though the path of life is to start learning how to trust and be absolute, well, not abundance, but to have your to overcome narcissism and just trust the process. You can even trust the plan. your whole purpose is to just spread your innocence. You have a lot of trustworthy values, pile number 3. And you may have trust issues, or others might have trust issues. But regardless of which one is ever the case, you're both learning. You and or the ones who are teaching you are being taught and learning how to trust. Because a huge thing that keeps us separated and immature, and also project insecurities and be abusive to others, is the lack of trust. And it doesn't mean like lack of trust in the other party, but it's like the lack of trust in the process, the lack of trust in other things. It's just like the lack of trust in general. You have a lot of trust, and you're very trustworthy. And it wouldn't shock, and if you don't have a lot of trust, it's time to learn to understand that it's okay to trust. Just let go and don't worry about needing to take control of every single situation and every moment of your life. There are just some things that you put out there and leave to faith. It's almost like it's kind of like making a request. You know what I mean? I'd like this to happen, I would like that to happen. But ultimately you don't have like say. I mean, like it's almost like asking somebody out. If you're the one asking out, the ball is in their court once you ask them. And which means that fate will decide. Not there. You can't. You put the balls in their court. You don't have the final say, but you're asking or making a proposal, and I don't mean like a marriage proposal, even though it could be, but you're making like a suggestion or a proposal to someone else. You're throwing the idea out there, and now the ball is in their court. Ergo, you cannot control the outcome. So what you have to do is trust the process. There is a plan for you, and there's a plan for everybody. And I understand there are like people who don't believe, oh, well, what is the plan? Oh, well, God, and sure have messed up that plan. It's like, that stuff is absolutely, there is a plan for you. You will know deep down inside what it is. Even in the whole path of your life is to understand that this plan, and to live and be in the midst of this plan, be aware of this plan. Thus far I can see. Walk your truth. Strength. Free spirit. Golden crown. Integrity. Shine. Move forward. The last one of the top card is very much very much of what a lot of people need to do. In order to, you cannot, but that is the path of life for you. Move forward, keep growing, and keep developing and freeing your spirit and growing strong and walking your truth. Just be yourself and don't look back. Do what it is for you to prosper. And I don't mean that in a narcissistic, greedy way. I'm saying do what's best for your well-being. Not not just like your money well-being, but your soul and emotional well-being. Move forward and trust in the plan. Free your spirit. Walk your truth. That's what you need to do. Walk your truth. You know what the truth is, at least for you. You know what your truth is. Not everybody can do that for you. They can make suggestions. They can throw out ideas, but it's just coming from their perspective. And sometimes there are some people who just don't have that same perspective and just can't help you. So you're going to have to go about on your own and free your own spirit. And the thing is that you're going to have a lot more integrity, and you're going to shine, and you're going to move forward, and you're going to go above and beyond. That's what your life path is, to just trust the process and go above and beyond places that even you may not expect to go to. You want to know something? You honestly think that I would be in a band, or I would be doing these videos for y'all if I didn't if I didn't move forward and trust in the plan? That's exactly what you need to do. Learn to loosen your grip a little bit. Learn to listen. And I understand, we all want to talk. Everyone wants to hear their own voice at times. But it's just, sometimes silence is the loudest thing ever. So, yeah, silence speaks in high volumes. Just keep doing what you're doing, trust the process, and if there's something that you feel like needs changing, then make that change and trust and trust the process for that path of your life. If you want to take a different path, things will be guided to you, things will be shown to you. You don't need to micromanage every single thing in your life. You can only control so much, and you can only be so much, and you can only do so much. And you're doing a freaking bang up job, pile number 3, and everyone in my audience is. Thank you so very much for watching, everybody. I hope you liked that reading. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so the echoes expand.